The Weed of the Week brought to you by Show Me Shortline and the Richiger Flexigrain Storage System.
Affordable, flexible storage is here. Richiger R-Series bagger and unloader from Show Me Shortline. Maximize your profits with adaptable storage and management. Reduce storage costs and gain a competitive edge by selling at the right time. Visit us online at showmeshortline.com.
Our Weed of the Week was really a nemesis for Brian and me when we were growing up. It's burdock.
Yep, one of our first jobs on the farm was we had to take care of our trees, and we had just seeded, or actually just put in a couple of new shelter belts when Darren and I were growing up. And we had to go out and water these trees, and we had to kill all the weeds. But a weed that we just hated was common burdock, because when that thing would grow up, it would have burrs on it, and you'd walk through and you'd come back into the house and there were burrs in your tennis
shoelaces, and your pants and everything else. And also we had a miniature collie, and she was really short and her fur hung almost all the way to the ground. And if she found any burdock anywhere, it was miserable because we had to try and comb this burdock burr out of her, and it was terrible. She hated it, we hated it. So we decided we were going to eradicate burdock on our farm. So Brandon and I cleaned up all our tree groves, mowed everything down, and started doing a little bit of spraying out there to keep burdock out of our lives.
Yep, but the thing is, this is before Darren and I started being able to use herbicides on our farm. Dad wouldn't let us spray when we were 10 and 11 years old. But we had our lawn mowers and we had hose, so we had to control weeds that way, and we kept falling behind all the time. You know, as soon as we were able to start spraying herbicides, it was no problem taking care of burdock. You just need a good rate of 2,4-D, and especially spraying early in the spring and late in the fall, you can do well, because already at this time of year, when we're in here late June, this burdock is getting huge by now.
It is really, really big right now. The other thing is those leaves kind of have a pretty good angle to them. So when you spray herbicide on them, it's real easy when you get a little bit of a breeze or something else for that herbicide just to run right off those leaves.
So you got to spray a concentrated solution, not much water, quite a bit of 2,4-D.
The other side of that that's really important is where burdock is found. And most commonly, it's found in fence lines and in tree belts. And when you're talking about tree belts and you want to spray them in the middle of the summer, it's pretty tough. There's a lot of humidity, the heat is up. It's a difficult time to spray. All those trees have leaves. So what you want to do is do it in the spring before those trees start putting the leaves out, or in the fall as those leaves start to senesce. That's a great time to spray for common burdock. The problem is you're going to have some of the burrs already formed if you wait until fall. So what we normally would do in a tree belt is try to mow things down if we can, keep things under control, and then hit it in the fall or in the spring.
Yeah, so again, we don't recommend going out and spraying in shelter belts in the middle of the summer, because the 2,4-D, the vapors can rise up and leaves will drop off the trees. We strongly recommend using a high rate in the spring, a high rate again in the fall, and burdock won't be a problem on your farm.
That's it for this week's Weed, but there's more Ag PhD to come after this.